Are you thinking about buying or selling a home in Florida? Whether you're considering your first home, relocating, downsizing, upsizing, moving out, moving on, or planning to acquire an income-producing property as an investment, Team Rock of Residential Movement Group is your real ownership connection. They are Florida realtors Joanne Bipot, David Ham, and Ellen Marie Jean-Baptiste. For rock-solid professionalism and expertise in all aspects of real estate transactions, lean on Team Rock to help you accomplish all of your real estate goals. Contact Team Rock at 904-385-9169, offering you service in English, Spanish, Portuguese, French, and Haitian Creole at 904-385-9169. Also listen to Team Rock here on the Rock Real Estate Radio Show every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m.
Everything discussed on air in this broadcast is for general information purposes only. For particular help with your real estate needs, contact our team of realtors for a complete individual consultation concerning your specific concerns. Furthermore, team members are realtors, not practicing lawyers or CPAs. Nothing discussed by anyone on the show shall be considered legal advice or tax advice.
What's up, Jacksonville? What's going on? Good morning, good morning. This is Ellen Marie Jean-Baptiste coming to you from Residential Movement Real Estate Group. This is Team Rock, the team that gets you to the closing table. Our phone number is 904-773-4762. We are here again in your house, dining room, living room, wherever you can listening to us. You are listening to us at. Oh my God. So today I cannot even talk. How everybody doing today? I am so happy to be with you. As always, we do have our team member, Joanne Bipot and David Ham with us. Let them say hello to you. Hi, David.
Hello, Ella. Hello, all our listeners. As Ella mentioned, my name is David Ham, a realtor with Residential Movement Real Estate Group and proud member of Team Rock, your real ownership connection. So happy to be here with you today, and I'm not going to take up the mic for long. I'd like to pass the baton along to Joanne Bipot.
Good morning, everybody. It is always, always, always a pleasure to be on the radio sharing what we know with the purpose of empowering you to be financially successful, to gain wealth through real estate, and to understand how the process works so that you can leverage all of the benefits. Home ownership is for everyone. Investing should be something we are all thinking about because that's where the leverage comes in. So I am excited to be a part of Team Rock, excited to be a part of your lives as you listen to us today, and just really excited to, again, share everything to help you change into a better financial future.
I have to agree with you, Joanne. Today we do have one of our listeners on the line with us. Is going to be coming on soon. We want him to give you your testimony. We like to do customer we have. When we close with them, we always give them the opportunity to come to the radio and give you their testimony. So to show you all the process of buying a house is, and then all of those nice things that need to be in when you purchase your own home. But before we do that, before they get Mr. Jeffrey, his name is Jeffrey Bear, he closed with us last week. So he's going to be the one coming to the radio and then talk to us a little bit. But before we go do anything, let's give our widow today. So I'm hoping somebody will call and get that widow. That widow is the most easier. I mean, is the easiest widow I can give because everybody got one. Everybody got that. So are you listening, guys? Listen to my widow. I can be crushed to pieces, but only if I am giving away first. I can be clogged and attacked, but that's usually my undoing. No matter how many problems I have, you will not dare let me go. What I am. Let me repeat it again. I can be crushed to pieces, but only if I am giving away first. I can be clogged and attacked, but that's usually my undoing. No matter how many problems I have, you will not dare let me go. What I am. If you know the widow, give us a call at 904-773-4762. 904-773-4762. Anyway, today we have Mr. Bear with us. Mr. Bear, are you here?
Oh,
Are you here? Okay. So you cannot call. Okay.
he'll be joining us.
He will be joining us. Please, when he join us, we will let us know. He is on the phone. We want him to give you guys his testimony, how the process was for him, how patient he was. He trusts the team, and how the team really make it happen for him. So those are the things that we want you guys to listen and to hear. We love helping our customers. I'm going to pass the mic to Joanne because I know Joanne has some wonderful word to say to you guys before we start with the show. Go ahead, Joanne.
Oh, absolutely. Every one of you listening out there, we appreciate you taking the time to listen for quite a few reasons. One is it means that you want to learn more. You want to figure it out, and you want to figure out what the steps are and what to do. And that's why Ella, David, and I get on the radio every week. We want you guys to be successful. We want you to be encouraged. We want you to know that no matter how long it takes, we're here for the long run for you to get into your own home or to buy your first multifamily property or the duplex or your first investment or sell your first home, whatever the case may be. Ella, David, and I, but we want you guys to see that it's a series of steps. It doesn't start, but you have to take that first step, whatever it is. Last week we talked about if you're renting, your first step is going to be to get your own home. If you're a homeowner, the next step, you're already at step one, the next step is going to be to figure out what your home is worth, if there's equity in that home, and what you can leverage, whether you can leverage it into something bigger or better, upgrade, whether it's time for you, if you're an empty nester, to downsize and have a nest egg from your home, or whether it's time to take that equity in your home and leverage it into investments that you can fix and flip or fix and rent. But there's a road to gaining wealth in real estate, and it's a road that it's very important to understand, because if you don't understand it, then you don't know how to leverage it and you just sit.
Okay.
So we are excited to share that with you today, and we'll be getting into greater detail with you.
I agree. Mr. Beer, are you here?
I'm right here.
Oh,
How are you?
awesome. How you doing today? It is such a pleasure to hear your voice.
Yeah, it's so good to hear your voice too, Ella Marie.
Thank
you
you.
for everything you've done for me
As-
and the whole team.
Oh, I
You're
have to
welcome.
agree. Mr. Bear, tell us a little bit about your process. How did you hear from us? How did you start with the process?
Well, I've been listening to your show on Saturday mornings for about a year, and so you guys got me all pumped up and got me excited to let me believe that I could attain home ownership. So that's the reason why I chose to work with Joanne and David and you, Ella Marie.
Thank you. I'm going to tell the customer a little bit about you. When you came to us, you are very skeptical because you had a bankruptcy and also you had a foreclosure. So when you came to us, that didn't stop you. You came to get solution. The reason I'm mentioning that is because I want those people who's listening to us who have those issues to know that just because you have those two issues or one of the other, that doesn't stop you from being a homeowner, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yep. You didn't stop me. Your team, and with the mortgage company with Vincent Powell, you guys made my dreams come true for me.
Yes, I mean, just because you fall down doesn't mean you have to stay down. And then you are the one who just you are such an inspiration for the team because you were down, but that didn't stop you from staying down, thinking, oh my God, I got those two things in my credit. I cannot become an owner. And then there you go. Now you are living. When did you move in your house, by the way?
We had the closing Friday, and so my brother came down from Charleston, and we moved all weekend, and so then I had to clean out my old rental unit. So actually Monday night
Yeah.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Hey,
And
Jeff-
now it already feels like home.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's good.
Now, Jeffrey, one of the things that I love about you is how you understood the process, you were prepared for it, and you listened to whatever needed to be done, and you stayed encouraged because it took a while to find you your dream home to move into. And there were a lot of, trying to put contracts on places that didn't come to fruition. And it's really a testimony to when something's been set aside for you, it's going to be yours. It's just that you have to stay encouraged through this whole process. And it does happen because where you are right now, it's beautiful. And I'm just so happy for you. And it's been such a joy for us all to work with you, throughout this whole process to the point where you could be holding that key at the closing table.
Yeah, that's true. Mr. Jeffrey, if you don't mind, can you tell our listener how long you're renting before you buy your home?
I've moved down to Jacksonville area for about 2 years, and I was renting rooms the first year, and then I picked up a 1-year lease. And so when I moved in on 1 year, I said I want to have my own home some way in a year from now, if possible. And then I met your team, and you guys made my dream come true.
I have to agree. I remember when you said that, I'm not going to have that much money to pay closing. What's going to happen? And then the team negotiate for you, not only to get your money out to the closing table, to help you with your closing costs. You remember that?
Yes, of course I do.
Yes.
I will never forget.
Mr. Jeffrey, thank you very much for your wonderful testimony. I just want you to let the listener, people who are listening to us today, a little bit, if you have advice to give to them, what will be your advice to them?
My advice would be to listen to your show every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 to get pumped up and to get positive thoughts and vibrations, and to trust in the process and trust that God has a plan for you. God has a plan for all of us.
Beautiful.
That's true. Thank you very much for listening. Please refer your friend, your family to us. Our goal is to make sure that we have most people in Jacksonville in their own home and then to get to the process. Thank you very much for picking up the phone. We appreciate you a lot. Please remember, our service doesn't stop at the closing table. You can always give us a call anytime. If you got any question, we'll be very happy to hear you. And then guess what? You know where we are. We know our office.
Right.
Yes, you can always stop by at any time. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Thank you all, you guys. I love you all so much. Thank you.
Thank you. We love you too. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye. You heard it, guys. It's not something that is a customer. That's one of our customers we closed with on Friday. You heard his testimony. You heard his echo. You heard all of those problems he had at the closing table. At the beginning. That didn't stop him. He wasn't afraid to come with his problem to our table. He sit down with the problem on the table, say, this is who I am. This is what I have. How can you help us? How can you help me? And then our goal was that we tell him, okay, leave the problem at the table. We're going to carry it for you. It's like the Bible said. The Bible said, leave your problem at the cross. Jesus will carry it for you. We're not going to say we are Jesus, but leave your issue. Come to us. Tell us the issue. And Joanne and I and David, our team will sit down and see how we can tackle it, how we can make it your dream come true. Because if it's will for you, guess what? It's will for us. We just want you to come to us with your dream. We want you to come with that dream. And then our goal, with your permission, with you in the path, with you fighting with us, we can make the dream come true for you guys. So give us a call at 904-773-4762. This is Tim Walk coming to you guys from Residential Movement Real Estate Group. Give us a call. We will help you out. Let me repeat my widow one more time before I let my teammate. And also today we have with us Mark Carvey, who's going to give us a bunch of nuggets for people who have their credit not there yet to own a home, so to get it there. one thing I have to say about Mark Calvi, and a lot of people that have customers who come to us say, I don't see no progress, I'm paying my money. Listen, it take you 2 days to mess up your credit. It's like you gain weight. It take you 1 month to gain 13 pounds. But it's going to take you months to get that 13 pound off your back. Follow the process. Follow the process. Because those people, those creditor, let me tell you, they will do everything they can to get their money. And then you don't have it, some of them. There is a lot of loopholes that Mark knows is going to go and tell you a little bit about the loopholes that the creditor doesn't want you to know. You need to know how to trust fixing your credit, because we got people who was on the 400 and now they own their home. Not with the 400, by the way. They
in the
Mark,
600s.
yeah, Mark fix their credit, get their credit where it needs to be, and then they are homeowner. But before I let my co-host talk, because I feel like I've been talking for the whole entire show, let me go. You should see them, guys. Let me go with my widow again to see who has it. Let me repeat it to you for you guys. I can be crushed to pieces, but only if I am giving away first. I can be clawed and attacked, but that's usually my own doing. No matter how many problems I have, I will dare to let you go. Who am I? I'm sorry. Look at the silence. My people is trying to get it together. Let me repeat it for them. Maybe the answer may not be that. Listen,
Yeah, maybe at the end of the show
I can be crushed to pieces, but only if I am giving away.
Is
First.
it literal?
I can be crushed into pieces only if I am giving away first. I can be clogged and attacked, but usually it's my own doing. No matter how many problems I have, you will never dare let me go. Who am I? So, Joanne, the mic is yours.
Why put me on the spot? Three people in the
She
room.
knows you've got the answer.
No, I don't.
She knows you
I mean,
know.
the only thing that popped into my mind was heart. Now, I could be wrong, but that just logically made sense to me that if you give somebody your heart, they can crush it. If you clog it, you're eating the wrong foods, and nobody can let your heart go because it's essential for living. But that's my logic.
What about you, David?
I'm 100% on board with Joanne.
Because Joanne give the explanation?
Exactly. I like
It was a logical one.
You're going to copy her.
I copied him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
You copy. What
Phone a
did you
friend.
have?
Toilet.
The toilet?
It sound like
we all have.
When the toilet
Wait,
is
you
going
gotta
to
give
pieces.
your toilet away?
Yeah, but how can you?
How
break
can
it
you
to
give your
pieces?
toilet away?
I mean, if you use the bathroom inside. I
I think my answer is better. Okay, I think I'll go in
Oh
hard.
my God! Okay, let me ask my sound engineer. Do you know anything? What do you think? Your brain?
Your brain.
How can your
Your
brain
brain?
can go into pieces?
Give your brain away. Okay?
I think I have a leading
I know
answer
this is
so
radio.
far.
It's just see his
I
expression.
think.
Is that your final answer,
That's
Joanne?
my final answer.
Is that your final answer, David?
I agree with Joanne.
Okay. We will be back.
Okay, now back to the show. Back to the show.
Interesting.
Today, we wanted to focus on credit for quite a few reasons. Because credit doesn't just apply to first-time homebuyers. It applies to those of you who are homeowners. And a lot of times, credit is going to prevent you from being able to leverage that equity into an investment, i.e., into another home or into a home that you want to rent and flip, etc. So credit is essential no matter where you are, and it is so important to understand what your credit profile looks like, and at any point in time, be on top of where it is and what you need to do to fix it. Now, for those of you out there who are saying, I don't even know what my credit is, guess what? That's in your control to fix. And Mark's going to talk about the fact that he can do a free credit analysis. When it comes to credit, we've got to stop putting our head in the sand and saying we don't know. so many times, a lot of you come to us and you're like, I say, well, what's your credit score? It's one of the questions we ask to determine if you're ready or you're not ready. And you're saying you really don't know. Guess what? Mark Halvey can help you. Or even if you didn't do that, the free credit report that anybody can get on an annual basis. You need to be on top of our financial game, because being on top of your financial game gives you the leverage you need to increase your wealth. Because if you're sitting on the equity, guess what? And you want to do a cash out refinance, the lender's still going to look at different things. They're still going to look at your ratios. They're still going to look at your credit score, and that can hold you back. So we want you guys out there to be financially aware, to be financially prepared, so that you are ready when you come to the table. And if you're not ready, at least you're going to put the steps in place in order to get there. And we've asked Mark to delve into it a lot deeper today, because we see credit being a major deterrent to the home ownership process. And it puts you at a disadvantage in terms of getting money and getting the best interest rates from the lenders out there, and to getting the programs that can help you fund the purchase of your home. So Mark Halvey is going to share some information with us from Justice League of Credit.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's great to be here. So today, I'm actually going to share a couple of things today that everyone should know, and a few reasons of why your scores may be lower, but it can be fixed. One reason, or one thing that I see the most of why your credit score may be lower, is high credit card balances. High credit card balances can and will lower your credit score if you do not lower your balances. It's very important. A lot of people, it's highly overmissed, and that's one of the main things that will lower your credit score. I see it all the time when I'm looking at credit reports, when I'm doing my analysis. A customer may say, hey, my scores are lower. I don't know what's going on. So that's one of the things that I see the most, and I will, of course, explain why. And once I do my analysis, then I will give you step by step of what you need to do to lower your credit card balances if you can't do it all at once. There's things that you can do and steps that you could take to get them lowered. We understand that, sometimes times are hard, but again, if we have a plan, then we will be able to get that taken care of with you.
Now, Mark, is there a percentage that listeners need to aim for to keep their credit utilization under before it hits losing points?
Yes. The most common credit utilization that most people hear is 30%. That's true. But me personally, I recommend 10% or less, because that will give you a higher credit score. If you lower your balances down to 10% of whatever your balances is, that will definitely raise your credit score. And that's something that I preach almost every day, every day to my customers.
Right. So basically, if you've got $1,000 that you can charge, you're going to charge no more than $100.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
In order to be on the safe side. A lot of the lenders say maybe 30%, but you really need to be under 30,
correct,
like Mark is saying, because it does sting your credit score pretty rapidly once you get over that ratio, and then it keeps you out of the ball game for so many other things. So, so credit utilization is a big one.
Very important. Very, very important. I, again, preach that every single day. I was up all night actually doing reports. And again, that's one of the things that I see the most. Another thing that I see is too many inquiries. Mm-hmm. A lot of customers will go out and just, especially if you're going out to a car dealership, a lot of car dealerships will tell you, yeah, we'll only run your credit once. But no, you need to ask, because what happens is they will get your social security number, and they will run your information to almost about 20 or 30 different lenders.
Wow.
And that will, of course, all those hard inquiries will affect your credit score at one time. A lot of people think that, it's harmless, but when a lender looks at your credit report, especially that many hard inquiries, they will think that you're desperate trying to get credit. And here, Justice League of Credit, we will focus on getting those inquiries removed because they can be removed, but
avoid it.
Try to
if you can avoid
Yeah.
it, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I see that all the time with people. They'll go buy a car, and then the next thing you know, because the lender, because I am the transaction coordinator of the team, so what end up happening, I receive things from the lender. They want you to give them an explanation why you got so many inquiry in your credit. And then some of them, they want to know if you open an account with them. We have people coming to us. They have about 15 inquiry for one thing. And then it's a lot of explanation to give. And then the underwriter looking at those things to see how desperate are you for you to do that. Is because your credit is not good. That's the reason they have to keep checking to give you a better rate. And then I am a big advocate with people when you go to your bank and get a finance or a car, and come to the dealership and hand them, say, hey, this is how much I have, and I need you to qualify to get me a car for that. Because at that time, your credit only check once by your bank.
That's correct.
I'm a big advocate for that instead of giving your credit to a car dealership, because they're going to shop around for them to get more money for the car they're selling you. And then for you, maybe sometimes they're telling you to get you a better interest rate. So all that have to be, because I used to sell car. I know the gimmick they're giving you, so you can buy that car. Because especially then when they realize they cannot qualify you for that car, they're gonna check so many lender, and then in order for you to get that car, because that's how they make their money. So
that's why
be careful to your credit being pulled 20 million times.
Yep, and that's why I always tell people, if you are going to get a car, always ask the person, how many times you want to run my credit? Because they, by law, have to tell you, even though some of them won't tell you. But that's why I normally deal with mom and pop dealerships, depending on if you're in if your credit isn't as good. But again, it can always be fixed.
Yeah. Another thing to be aware of is, don't be tempted when you go in those stores and they're offering you to open credit cards. Oh, do you want to see if you qualify? You get a $25 bonus if, credit against your purchase.
10%.
If you open up a credit card right now, don't be tempted. I think as a society, we need to get off using credit to fund our purchases and go back on if I don't have it, I don't spend it, and use credit for what it should be, which is if it's an emergency or if it's something that if you charge, can you pay it off, at the end before the billing cycle ends? Because the danger that youngsters get into is once you start using credit as though it's your debit card, as though it's backed by real money, you are guaranteed to be in deep financial trouble, because once you spend $1,000 and you're paying it consistently, the financial institution is going to say, we've got one on the hook. Let's now increase their limit to $2,000. So now you spend $2,000 and now they keep raising it. The next thing you know, you've got a $10,000 credit card that's maxed out to $10,000, and you're wondering, how did this happen? I started off with a card that was $500 to $1,000. So be aware of the financial institutions. They make money off the interest rate. What was very sobering for me was we had a card. It was $1,000. It started off with $300, and then it increased it to $1,000. And the next thing you know, it was at $1,000. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this down. But in the fine print of the monthly statement, it tells you how long it would take if I make the minimum payment to pay off $1,000. For this particular card, guys, I'm letting you guys guess, how long would it take?
About 15 years?
12 years. 12 years of
To
making
pay
the
1,000.
monthly payments to pay $1,000. That was shocking to me. And those of you sitting out there with cards that you're using as though it's your debit card and not backed by anything, you are just making money. When we say that you're on the other side of the equation, you're absolutely on the other side of the equation. You're making these finance companies a lot of money, but more importantly, you're preventing your dream of home ownership from happening, because that credit utilization maxed out is going to prevent you from getting down payment assistance. It's going to prevent you from getting the right loan. All of a sudden, you got to bring more money to the closing table, and you hurt yourself. So credit, guys, and the way you use credit is extremely important. If you have those cards right now, like Mark is saying, bring those balances down. sacrifice to bring it down. Or better yet, call him so he can tell you which ones to pay, which ones will give you the biggest bang for the buck, which ones to attack. Because a lot of you out there are do-it-yourself or credit repair experts, right? And what happens is then you hurt yourself because you spend the money fixing the wrong things, and then you say, I don't have a bump. What happened?
That's correct.
Yeah.
You know, Mark, the subject of credit can be a very emotional subject for a lot of people, especially when they've dealt with a lot of rejection, say, in the past. And, you know, people get to a point where they don't even want to know and find out. How do you deal with people in that situation? And can you tell those people why they should call you?
So first off, I deal with calls like that all the time, but I give people reinsurance because it's okay. It's okay. It can be fixed. I mean, I was in that situation myself, but guess what? I did something about it. All you have to do is just make the call to us, 904-339-8051, and we will give you a step-by-step plan to get your credit scores where they need to be. It's not hard. I promise you it's not hard. We do everything in our power to help you get you where you need to be. As long as you follow our recommendations, I promise you, you will have a better credit score. But it only starts with you because, again, our job is to help you walk through the door, or show you the door, actually, but it's up to you to walk through it. We have a lot of different things or items that we can help you rebuild your credit. But again, it all starts with you.
Well, Mark just said that your high credit, over 10% can drop your credit. I just went and make a payment in mine because I realized that I was over the 30%. I was like, okay, I don't want my credit to drop, so I went and make a payment. But guys, listen, we cannot preach to you we practice what we
Absolutely.
preach. You are in a team, people who practice what they preach. I'm not going to tell somebody to fix your credit by the time our credit is jacked up. So we practice really what we preach in that team. So the other thing I want to say about, you mentioned something very important about credit. The reason why we like working with Mark is because I know that he's a man of integrity. You're not going to find somebody as integrity. I mean, that's me. I see a lot of credit repair people out there, especially Credit Karma. Guys, I'm not against Credit Karma. It's a way for you to see where you are. But people, I need you to let you know that Credit Karma cannot be your tool to go get a loan. Because Credit Karma tell me my credit was in a 700 and then find out the bank tell me, oops, no, you're not there. So again, Credit Karma is a tool to see where you are with your credit, but Credit Karma is not a Bible. So my advice to you is to get to somebody that knows what they are doing to get you where you need to be. What I like about Mark is the fact that Mark sit down with you one-on-one to go over he call it a free credit analysis. Free. To sit down with you and go line by line in your credit to tell you what needs to be removed, what doesn't need to be removed. I remember I got somebody to fix my credit for me. That guy closed all of the great account I have. Every single account that I have that I've been paying on time, he closed all that. So those are not the people. They just want to get your money out there. They just want to get the money in pocket. And guess what? He was doing it one by one. It took me at least 3 years to get that credit to the point that I realized, okay, no, it's not going to work. If you realize that you are doing your credit repair and then you are in your 6th month, your credit doesn't move, you need to find out what's going on. And then the good thing I like about Mark, you're not under a contract. He doesn't create a contract with you. You have to stay with them for 12 months or 2 years. No, there is no contract. If you get somebody fixing your credit, they want you to sign a contract, that's a scam. Because you are on a hook. Because if you don't get out if you don't do something, guess what's going to happen to you? They're going to put you what you owe in your credit. So instead of fixing your credit, you mess up your credit. There's a lot of things you have to see when you are in a scam credit repair. If you realize there's a lot of things they're asking you, they're sending your stuff one by one, get out. If they ask you to sign a contract for X amount of years, that means they're going to drag it until the year is up. You need to get out. Third, not least, that's one of the things I read myself regarding credit repair. So the other thing they're asking you, if they're asking you to send those letters yourself or to call the credit repair yourself, you need to ask yourself, what in heaven I'm paying you for? If I have to be the one sending those letters, put a stamp on it and send the letter myself because you just mail me a letter that I can write myself, you have to ask yourself exactly, why am I doing it myself if I have to do that? Because the main reason somebody asks somebody to help me is because I don't know what I'm doing. If I have to take day off my job to go to the post office to mail those letters, you need to ask yourself, why am I paying you for? And then the other thing I have to say last, and then I'm going to let my team members say what they have to say. If you have somebody who's telling you, I need to fix my credit, or we got 3 different plans. If you pay $500, you got the gold, the silver, and the diamond plan.
Platinum.
The platinum plan. You need to ask yourself that, why in heaven you need that? Because it's a sales marketing for them. The more you buy, the better it is for them. So all of those need to look at it. Something in your mind need to be like, ting, 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 I'm in a scam. So give Mark a call. He will sit down with you and explain to you how you can get your credit to the level you need. You can have your shoulder back, because the better your credit is, the more self-esteem you have. The more your shoulder is back, because when you go to the store and ask them whatever you want, a credit card. For example, yesterday I went to Home Depot. Yeah, Home Depot. I always confuse the two. I went to Home Depot. The guy was asking me, do you need to be in a, to apply for a credit card for Home Depot? Because I guess maybe they see me there lately all the time, every day with them. So they said, oh, she's a candidate for a credit. So I look at him, I said, no, I don't want a credit. If I don't have the money to buy what I'm buying, I don't need to buy it. So he looked at it and said, he tried to convince me. The reason he tried to convince me, because I said no to the first time. Because he said, okay, maybe his credit is fine. But when they ask you, be like, okay, go ahead and try it. They give you 5%. And I tell my people all the time, you're buying something for $100, they're giving you 5%. It's not even $5. Do you want to mess up your credit for $5? Or do you want to spend the rest of your life paying for $50? Something that's going to be either unused for a couple of days.
Exactly.
So you need to sit down to ask yourself that question.
Yeah. Very, very, very true. And it goes back to budget for what you want to buy.
Exactly.
And save the cash. And if you use your cards, again, emergency, or if you charge something on it, understand, Mark had shared something with us in one of our past shows that stuck with me, that I share with everybody, that every one of our customers who we meet with, he shared that you have to understand when the bill is due and when the creditor is reporting it to the credit reporting agencies. And that's so key, because a lot of you pay the bill and then you go on a cash charging frenzy. Oh, I paid my bill, I can charge like crazy. So if your bill is due on the 5th and they're reporting on the 15th, you never get credit for that payment that you made, because the amount of your credit utilization has just gone up after that payment. So it's really, really important, and these are the wonderful things that this young man shares, is understand when they're going to report your information to the credit, because that gap after the credit reporting and before your next statement is due, that's when it's safe to charge something. But guys, credit is essential. There are loans out there, you who want to invest, there are loans out there that don't even need your income. It's going to be based on a property's income. But guess what? You need to have a credit score of anywhere from 640 to 700, depending on the loan program. So there's a lot of money out there for you guys. you investors who want to do it, you just have to find a property, but we've got to get your credit to where you can leverage all of these wonderful programs. Those of you who come before us and you have the credit, you are walking on like gold streets, because now you can command all the down payment assistance programs. The lender can tell you which one. They can consult with you. But when you come with a lower credit and we have to give you the hard news, guess what? You qualify for a loan, but because of your credit score, you don't qualify for down payment and closing cost assistance. You get really bummed. I want to talk about the process of being bummed and discouraged. Do not use bad credit as an excuse to get out of the market. It should motivate you to do everything in your power to get your credit to where it needs to be in order to leverage these low interest rates, these wonderful down payment and closing cost programs, these great loan programs that you hear Sophia Davis Wallace from Gills Mortgage, Vincent Powell from Nationwide Mortgage Bankers. You hear them all the time talk about these wonderful programs, but it's contingent on you doing your part to spend what you have and not spend what you don't have using these credit cards, because it is a trap that once you are trapped, it is a very difficult thing to do. It becomes like a mortgage payment every month that you're making, or a rent payment every month to these companies, and you don't move ahead. So avoid that trap. Youngsters, listen to us. You're going to be offered tons and tons and tons of credit cards when you graduate from college. Learn to use credit wisely. Save money for the things that are important to you.
Yeah. The nice thing about working with Mark is that you don't have to be at that time a credit master. You don't have to have your black belt in credit. But working with Mark, who is that master, he's going to guide you and lead you along that process. And he's such an open and sharing person that, if you want to learn and become a credit master, he's going to teach you and share with you what you need to know to become that master. But it's great to know that you can just go to the credit master, Justice League of Credit, Mark Calvi, and he will handle your issue.
I have to say that Joanne, you mentioned something that was very important. That say your credit, if you miss a payment on your credit card, do you know how many people that not qualify for a loan mortgage because they have one missed payment in their credit card? Just one missed payment in their credit card. We have a customer now. She missed one payment in a credit card. The underwriter denied that loan.
Right.
And then she had good credit. Just one payment she missed in her credit card, underwriter denied her loan.
Right. And Ella, why? Because the underwriter is looking at it saying, if you are late on making a small payment, what's going to happen when you have a bigger payment, like a mortgage payment to make? Are you going to have the discipline to make those payments on time? So, Mark, we're going to turn it over to you for the next big tip.
Yes. That was actually on my list. Why your credit scores can lower. Like Ella said, late payments. That is a big common denominator of why your scores can drop. I see it all the time. Again, I understand that things, in your life, everyone has issues. But the most important thing, late payments are worth 35% of your credit score.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Wow.
So that's why, me personally, I try to make sure I pay all my bills on time. I don't care whether it's a day late or so. I do not let it go past the due date, because I don't want no late payment. And late payments can be fixed, but it starts with you. With late payments, normally what happens is when we dispute late payments, what we will do is, of course, we will dispute that late payment for you at the credit bureaus, but then it's your responsibility to make sure that you make an on-time payment 6 months on time after that one-time late payment. Because what tends to happen is if you make 6 on-time payments, that one late payment won't even matter no more. So, again, it could be fixed, but it all starts with you.
The other thing,
that was a good point that Ella, that you brought up, late payments. Cause
exactly.
That's a big deal.
Yeah,
deal.
and then I see it all the time for one payment,
Mm-hmm.
one late payment sometime. And then the thing I need to tell to a customer, you said, yes, you can dispute that one late payment. Yes, everything in life is negotiable. I tell people that all the time. But you need to give somebody a length to hold on to. If Mark gonna dispute that one late payment for you to show that, okay, whatever the situation was, so the lender, the credit card company gonna look at to see how many of those late payment you have. Okay, I know that maybe you have one. It's okay for us to erase that. We're gonna move on. If they look at your history, you have more late payment than you have current
Exactly.
payment. It's gonna be hard for me to fight for you to tell them, hey, this is what happened. Please help me. That's what we tell our children. So, I will forgive you, but if you keep making the same mistake over and over and over, it's no longer a mistake. It become a lifestyle. So guys, we need to learn how to protect, because your credit, I say that all the time, is your passport. The same way you wake up in the morning, you take a shower, you wash your face. For women, you put makeup on before you leave the house. Put it in that. You need to protect your appearance, because that's what your credit is.
And you know, the thing about it is a lot of times we have late payments because we haven't done the due diligence of knowing when our bills are due.
Yes.
And you can't use that as an excuse. You've got to call each and every one of you listening out there, and I know 99% of you have some sort of credit card. All right? You need to call. If you don't know when your bill date is due, guess what? Call that credit card number. It's on the back of the card, and ask them, when is my bill due? And make that payment not on midnight of the day that it's due. Give yourself a couple of days of slack so that that payment can be reflected, right? So understand when your bills are due. Pay your bills on time, because lenders see everything. You know, when they pull your credit, they're going to see a history, not just for the last month. They're going to see how many late payments you've had over time. You know, they can go all the way back quite a while to see your profile, because you're building a credit profile to let this lender know, are you a good risk to give a loan to, or are you not a good risk? And if all they see is you have 5 credit cards, and every month for 10 months, you're late every month, even though the payment is made, guess what? That's a major deal. It's a major, major deal.
Yes. And also, one thing I would like to add is, once you become a customer, we do have educational tools inside your customer portal. So as Joanne, Ella, David mentioned about like when to pay your credit card balance, we have videos in your customer portal to educate you if you forget. So that's a good major plus with us. We have every tools that you can use inside your customer portal. But again, you can give us a call at 904-339-8051, or you can always visit our website, which is justiceleagueofcredit.com. One last tip that I do want to give is of one of the reasons why your scores may be lower. One other thing is too many derogatory accounts. What I mean by derogatory, bad accounts, such as collections, charge-offs, student loans with late payments. That's like the number one thing that I also see on people's credit report is a lot of charge-offs, collections, and student loans. Student loans, I can talk all day about it. That's another time and place. But collections and charge-offs is one of the things that will definitely hold your credit score back, especially if a collector place a charge-off on your credit report within like the first 2 to 3 years. It will affect your scores tremendously. So what I always recommend is that you find the nearest credit restoration expert of your choosing.
But call you.
But
Yeah,
call
you
you.
are the best. Yeah, you can call me.
Call
Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah, well, you can call us here at Justice League of Credit, 904-339-8051, and we will be able to get the items. We'll actually go over the report with you and tell you exactly how we're going to get that derogatory account removed off your credit report. Again, that's another reason why your scores may, of course, be lower. But again, everything that breaks can be fixed. And you have a team here, Team Rock, will definitely help you get you to the closing table. All you have to do is listen, as they say, be coachable, and, follow everyone's recommendations, because we are experts in our fields. So we know what we are doing. And again, you can always give us a call.
Your call?
Oh, 904-339-8051.
But you can also call Teamwork at 904-773-4762. We only have a few minutes left. Let me give out the answer of the widow, and then we can be done. The answer was already been given because Joanne was the one who gave the answer. So Joanne was the answer person. It is your heart. I don't know where you get the toilet at. I really don't know where you get toilet at. So I'm trying to.
Or the brain.
I don't know. Or the brain. I don't know what the brain is. You cannot give. Tell me somebody who crushed your brain. Tell me the last time your brain had a heart attack. I mean, a brain attack. So yes, your brain can be clogged sometimes. I see a lot of clouded brain, but yes, it is your heart. Let me repeat the riddle for you so you can get it, and then you're gonna see how easy it was. I can be crushed into pieces, but only if I'm giving away first. You have to be in love for your heart to be crushed. I can be clogged in attack. I said the attack, so I was in faces and very making the attack big word, so you can get that. I can be clawed in attack, but that's usually my own doing. Joanne was right. Eating the wrong food can get your heart attack. So no matter how many problems I have, you will never dare let me go. Which is the same thing. Yes, this is your heart. If I have to put it in a credit matter, you know me, I'm always trying to make the reason. If I have to put it in a credit matter, in order for your credit to be messed up into pieces, you have to give it away by doing something, like Joanne said, apply for a credit card. You never fall in love in your credit card, or go buy something you should not be buying. So that is the first step. Like you said earlier, for your youngster out there that's going to college. Now, the moment you turn 18, and I see it in our daughter, the day she turned 18, she have literally 5 credit card company who want to give her credit card. 5 of them. I was like, whoa. The moment, because now you don't need mommy to say yes anymore. You don't need daddy to say no anymore. So let me send it to you. 5 credit card company send her credit card for her to apply for. And then let's say that, guys, by doing the wrong thing with your credit, by going everywhere and apply for a credit card, by going to a car dealership for them to mess up your credit, that's your own doing. But that is repairable. That is repairable. However, I don't care what you do in life. I don't care what you do in life. You need your credit. Every day.
That's a fact.
To win an apartment, you need your credit. To buy a house, you need a credit. To buy a car, you need a credit. Unless you got cash, you're gonna spend your cash. But the reason why you're buying everything cash all the time is because your credit may be too messed up for you to get to that level. Or maybe you're a millionaire. So, guys, listen. We're not saying that to be nice or to bring business to us, but we're doing all that because we want to educate you in the credit thing. In order for you to buy a home, we are realtor, we're going to bring home to that. You have to be able to get your credit and the level it needs to be for you to be a good homeowner.
And I totally agree. And if you're listening to us and you know that you've made a lot of the mistakes that Mark mentioned, you've paid your bills late, your credit utilization is almost 100%, you've got collections or student loans, etc., guess what? Don't lose hope. It can be fixed, but you've got to call Mark at Justice League of Credit. He can help you understand what is it that you need to do. I am imploring you to use the services of an expert because they can help you get there faster than later. And for those of you who are trying to do it yourself, just give him a call to make sure that you're on the right path, to know that if you're going to get the benefit of what you're trying to do. You're taking money and putting it against something that's not going to give you the benefit, and it's not going to give you the leverage and the points that you need. Lenders look at things differently. Everybody wants to see, the lenders want to see, are you a good credit risk or not? And it starts with how you spend money now and how you manage credit for the little things before you get to this $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 loan. They're going to look at that. And it has an impact on your interest rates. It has an impact on programs and money that you can get and whether or not you qualify for different types of loan programs, conventional versus FHA. Your ratios matter. Credit utilization matters. It matters. But guess what? It is in your hands to manage. It is in your hands from this point on to not use credit like a debit card, right, that never gets paid back. So then you need another card to pay the credit card that you're over on. So now you take money from this one to pay off this one so you can be on time. And the next thing you know, you're revolving 5 credit cards to pay bills. Get out of the habit of using credit cards to pay bills. Use the money that you earn and manage your finances. Work with a budget because you're going to need a budget if you want to own a home. Because if you don't have a budget, if you don't understand money coming in and bills going out, you're not going to be able to hold on to this beautiful home that you've worked so hard for. So guys, we are in your corner. We can make it happen with you together, but it starts with you. And when Mark tells you, stop using your card, pay it down, be obedient to that. Don't keep using it and come up with the excuses and then say, why hasn't my points changed? Because it's in your powerful control how you use your money and how you use your credit. You've got to hold on to a dream. Your dream has to motivate you. Your dream of owning your home has to be bigger than swiping that card for something that doesn't take you closer to your dream. So whatever it is, have a picture of the home that you want to own in front of you. And when you pull that card out, say, is this purchase more important than the home I want to purchase? If it is, then more power to you. If it's not, put that card away, put that item back, and keep moving. And deal with what you have. Most of us have more than what we need. We don't need more clothes, more this, more shoes, more. We don't need a lot of the stuff that we spend these credit cards on. So use your money wisely to own your home. That's our dream for you. But we need your help to make it happen.
Your credit is your passport. I say that all the time. If you want to travel far, you need to have a passport. Your credit is your passport. So, I don't know how to explain it. Today we decided not to have any lender. We want to give you an education in your credit. We need to educate you how to get your credit. Everybody you see going far in life, far economically, far in their job, even your job now, they do a credit, they pull a credit on you. So for them to even recognize to see what type of position you even qualify for, your credit has to say that. There's no way they're going to give you a bank to be a teller if your credit is messed up. There's a lot of other reasons why they disqualify you for a job. If your credit isn't a 400, how can you be a analyst to tell me how to get my life together? So guys, we have to sit down and see how we manage our credit. That's why Mark is here. Mark is one of the person who's gonna take the time. He make it so easy. You can even go to his website to schedule an appointment. He do Zoom meeting. He do face-to-face appointment. He got several offices where you can be contacted, and then he will sit down and talk to you. Give us a call, guys. We'll be glad to sit down and show you the tool for you to be where you need to be. We don't have that much time, but guess what? We're coming right back to you next Saturday, same time, same channel, listening to us. Have a good day. The team that gets you to the closing table. Have a good day.
Are you thinking about buying or selling a home in Florida? Whether you're considering your first home, relocating, downsizing, upsizing, moving out, moving on, or planning to acquire an income-producing property as an investment, Team Rock of Residential Movement Group is your real ownership connection. They are Florida realtors Joanne Beepot, David Ham, and Ellen Marie Jean-Baptiste. For rock-solid professionalism and expertise in all aspects of real estate transactions, lean on Team Rock to help you accomplish all of your real estate goals. Contact Team Rock at 904-385-9169, offering you service in English, Spanish, Portuguese, French, and Haitian Creole at 904-385-9169. Also listen to Team Rock here on the Rock Real Estate Radio Show every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m.